Hello guys, welcome to Gospel Reactions. Today, thank you so much for always liking and sharing, subscribing, and of course, telling everyone about what we do right here. Lala is still very much around. You're welcome today, Lala. I've got something.
Always have something.
I've got something on you.
All the something when you pass putting me on the spot.
Put you on the spot.
Wait. You never say, "Oh, Lala, I have something for you," and just bring one big package and just
I have something for you.
Go and sit down.
Anyways, why has Tope Alabi not apologized publicly to Yinka Alashiyori?
Well, I don't know why she hasn't apologized, but it's just the thing with elderly Nigerian people. If you see an elderly Nigerian person, like someone who is very old, do wrong and actually apologize, maybe that day, I don't know, something's about to happen that day. It's rare. It's very rare because the culture doesn't. It's always even if the old person is wrong, they will still make the younger person to come and say, say sorry, which shouldn't be so. But then I don't know why she hasn't come up to you. I mean, I don't know. I can't even make up excuses for her.
This incident actually brought up a lot of things. People now actually spoke about Tope Alabi having issues with Shola Allyson. Of course, that was confirmed by a couple of people saying, "Oh, these guys are not in talking terms." Even going as far as a Twitter person, going as far as saying these are two heavenly bad bitches or something. Saying, "Oh, why you guys proclaiming the love of God, proclaiming the gospel of Christ, but you guys are not, even preaching what you sing."
And nobody is perfect. 1, 2. Don't forget that as much as these people are gospel ministers and they are human beings as well, and every human being, there's a part of every human being that you see things like envy, you see jealousy. No matter how much you want to mask it, a tiny bit of the traits can just pop up at any time, even without you realizing. It can happen to anybody. So I can't fault them just because they are gospel ministers. I don't expect them to make mistakes. They will make mistakes, and there's nobody above mistakes.
Yeah, Larry Teriba, the a male gospel artist, came through, and actually attacked this lady, and this one was like, my baba, I know send you message and everything. He later came up and said, "Oh, he doesn't have any issues with Tope Alabi. He was just singing his own thing." A lot of gospel artists have come out to actually, throw some jabs at Tope Alabi while also trying to calm, Yinka Alashiyori down, which of course shows that there could be crack, in the gospel music industry.
Of course, and you see the thing about gospel songs, not only gospel songs, right? But the indigenous gospel songs, some songs, I don't know how to say it maybe in Yoruba. I've forgotten it. Something. Songs that you can sing that can sound like insult to the other person. And religiously, how Nigerians follow these things. How when Nigerians are going to pray, they pray against their enemies, and they say, "Oh, if anything that those kind of things are mainstay when it comes to." Apart from praising the Lord and everything, you would hear these kind of things on their records. And if you're now put it in another context, it can sound like, oh, you're actually throwing shades or throwing shots at the other person. And that's exactly what this guy did. He's claiming he doesn't have a problem. They don't send that, but truly nobody sent that message. It's been a while. I even heard about the guy.
Yeah,
I don't even know what he's doing these days.
Probably using this issue to maybe trend again,
and he also has his own thing that people talk about.
Exactly.
I'm not judge you and institutional. Yeah. I'm not going to mention it. Things I heard
about him.
It's not.
This particular case has it's dug up a whole lot in terms of questions. There are so many questions begging for answers. People really are beginning to see it, in another light entirely. Say, okay, if these guys seemingly don't like themselves and just do the gospel thing, does it mean that the gospel industry, where we have the likes of Mercy Chinwo, where we have the likes of Minister GUC, likes of Sinach, Nathaniel Bassey, Eben, these guys are also part of the gospel industry? Is there really love amongst these guys?
Of course, there'll be love amongst them for the ones who take the work, gospel, minister.
I like what you just said right now.
The guys who take the job, gospel minister for what it is.
Mm-hmm.
They're not just gospel entertainers or things. I mean, there's a lot of entertainers in the gospel. That's their job, to entertain. And they are all after to make a living off doing gospel. There's some people who take it as serious as possible,
The ministry.
as a ministry, and they also minister and do their bit. Of course, I'm pretty sure those ones are conscious enough to know when they are about to cross a line, or if they are not doing anything right or things like that. But there are people who are, maybe by chance they sang a gospel song and they thought, maybe I will do this gospel thing just because I sing one and the thing blow. Let me continue to do it. They are just doing it because it's what puts food on their table. You get. And as you all know, maybe everybody will do choir for your church. Now only people will do your choir day. Your drummer for church, I be your piano people. Maybe all of them holy. Your choir member, if they go meet usher for back after short service, maybe they do their thing. It's true now. And there's a lot of youth in all this department. Youth, they've not even formed their mentally, they've not formed what their idea of worshiping God or being a minister.
All the tables.
I'm not breaking. No, come on! I'm breaking
all the tables, bro.
I think it happen in the choir department or in any department.
You're still breaking tables,
What do
bro.
I expect the people who are making money from it?
Yeah, brother. See
No.
table. See, you don't cut everything.
Don't tell Kata.
Which table will always shoot again?
Bro. I don't hear.
Oh, well, anyways, talking about this whole thing, and that brings me to the question: should there be competition in the gospel music industry?
In any industry, there's competition.
Well, it's a thing of it's a thing of God. That things of God, bro.
You can think about it that way. But in the actual religious space in Nigeria, isn't there competition? Don't you think there's competition?
There is actually.
There is. If you think about it, you can walk up a street, any street in Nigeria, and find 5 churches, right? Isn't that competition?
They're probably trying to reach out to many more people to
But people,
to God's kingdom.
exactly, okay. People will still leave that church in the first street, go to the next one because they feel comfortable.
Yeah.
The other church is losing people to a particular church.
And they will feel bad.
When they feel bad.
I've had issues.
Yes,
Brother.
it's competition. There's always competition everywhere. So regardless whether they're all over nobody even knows if they're all doing the same for the same purpose, doing souls for God, are we? There's always competition. Who is doing it the right way? Who is looking cool the most? I mean, there's always competition when it comes to these things, regardless whether it's a church or gospel or musicians.
Competition brings beef. I mean, we know about the secular industry, Wizkid and Davido, of course, beef. Burna Boy and Davido, of course, we know, beef. Shatta Wale, and Burna Boy, beef. Shatta Wale and Davido, beef. Like, we know about this whole guys. In fact, even the ladies, we saw Tiwa Savage and Sheyi, the other day. We know about Tiwa and Imalade, for a while, they were not really, really cool and everything. Can we say that maybe Mercy Chinwo is not cool with Sinach?
Well, that one is hard for me to say because didn't they come from the same bits, Love World, or
No,
one is Easy Concept, one is Love World.
Yeah, there's Love World.
It will be hard. This is it's hard to explain because, for example, if the only places where they don't maybe beef themselves, I mean, someone like Sinach right now, for example, if everyone agrees that she's hot rather Abby, and there's a big gospel show, obviously the biggest person closes the show, right?
Yeah.
And if a message, for example, feels, no, I'm hotter than this girl, I should be the one to close the show.
Do you think there are cases of people closing show in gospel industry as well?
Don't think people want to have peak times. People want to perform when they peak. People don't want to be the first to perform to warm up the crowd for the next person.
Are you saying that these guys might be recording to chase hits?
You think they're not chasing hits? You think every musician's dream is to just sing song that?
No, I'm saying for a gospel listening,
Yes.
as long as it edifies, the body and soul and the spirit. They don't care whether the song blows or
Right
not.
to edify body, soul, and spirit. Is that how going to put food on their table? It's not when people are singing it and a lot of people love it that people will buy it and it goes viral that it puts it on their table. Don't you think Sinach is trying to find another Waymaker the way she is right now? You see how big Waymaker is, bigger than any Afrobeat song. You think she's not going to try her possible best to find another one? And we know it's not up to her, it's grace and everything. But these guys, or you think National Bass is not going to look for another Ologbogbo movement? The guy was buzzing more than anything in Nigeria while he was doing his Ologbogbo.
Yeah.
You see? So I mean that kind of thing, these guys, apart from that's what they also pray for, to be the best amongst what they are doing.
Song at the center of it all, right?
Eben. Okay. At the center of it all. Make Margaret come teach us gospel. That should be Madam Margaret for
Anyways, we've been talking about these guys, the secular industry, of course. Those will get their own problem.
Yeah.
Of course, these gospel guys and everything. I don't want to believe that these guys, might probably have one or two, beef.
Even pastors be beef. Let's not. These ones are even small fries. You don't believe pastors are beefing. You don't. You think so?
No, I know about the fact that it's politics.
Not even politics. Pastors beef, even from different denominations. TB Joshua died. He's one of the biggest pastors in Nigeria. Any of your biggest pastors, have they come out to say, "Oh,
no."
Exactly"? And don't you think people see him as? I don't know what they see him as, but at the point it was competition for all of them.
Someone called him a wizard, actually.
Someone called him a wizard, right? You see the kind of building he has for his churches. He has headquarters in South Africa. They're broadcasting live. You see the kind of quality broadcast they're having, better than a lot of these other churches who they do like a CNN when it comes to that guy's church. But over here, let me not mention some names, but you see the quality of broadcast.
Wait, don't you think you have to read it very well? Okay, so what is so this table that you have broken today?
Let's even come down to the unserious ones. Pastor Chris and Odumeje. Those Odumeje is always throwing shots at Pastor Chris, calling Pastor Chris homosexual, trying to do doesn't he do that? That's between people you term as men of God.
Who should be leading this guy?
Who should be a symbol of peace and holiness. It happens everywhere, so I'm not surprised if it happens in the gospel music industry.
Guys, I mean it's been a long one. Shout out to everyone doing their thing, both secular, both gospel. As long as you do your music and you're convinced that is what the Lord has called you to go and do in this life. Guys, we are set to go right now to go and repair the table.
If you want to join choir, please join me. Don't let me discourage you. Please let's join the choir. We have a good time.
We'll see you on the next one. But put your comment down below. Let's know what you think about this whole thing. Is there really beef? Or you think there's an iota of beef in the gospel music industry? I mean, these guys are there doing their thing. But do these guys have beef for each other? They have love for each other. Let's have your thoughts. We've already seen Dr. Labi and Intalaki everything. Larry Temiba coming to Shola listen to Dr. Labi. All of those things, does it show that really, really and truly there is beef, and could their beef even be bigger than the beef? Beef bigger than the beef in the secular industry. Let's put everything down below. We'll see you on the next one, guys. Peace.